All right, we're all set. All right, you guys, welcome to Found a Way with Wyatt Matter. I'm your host, Wyatt Matter. We are here every Wednesday, 11 p.m. Eastern, and this is where we make the unconventional conventional for a lot of people. This is not a place for debate. This is not a place to argue and give our opinions. This is to hear the guests and their experience and their advice and their opinions in regards to what their relationship or their lifestyle was. So if you all can remain respectful, you're more than welcome to ask questions. Um, of course, this is a featured show, so let's please remain from any type of sexual content. Their inboxes are more than open to you guys, for you guys to ask those kinds of questions. You could reach them on Instagram as well. A lot of my guests that have Instagrams, or you can go to their live streams. They stream as well. You can ask them all the questions you want pertaining to stuff that we cannot talk about here. But this is to focus on the positives, the benefits, the perks of these types of relationships over something more traditional. So tonight's episode, we are discussing brother husbands. We're going to discuss that with Cookie for Top Bash. She is a streamer on Moco. I'm gonna go ahead and let you up. Did I say Coco for Top Badge? I meant Cookie for Top Badge. I was looking at these Top Badge gifts. My bad. My bad, Cookie. I saw the Top Badge gifts and I automatically thought Coco. The Cookie for Top Badge on Mocospace. Uh, go ahead and tell us when we can catch you, all that good stuff.
Hi, everybody. I'm Cookie from Moco Live. I stream daily, mostly in the evening time. You can catch me randomly sometime in the day, but on the weekends, you can definitely catch me anytime, day, night, midday, whatever. I'm definitely that ultimate snack, whatever flavor you like. I do a show on Tuesdays at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which will be coming back soon in 2023. So stay tuned.
Yes,
If
ma'am.
you can follow me on IG and subscribe to my YouTube. It's the same handle, which is at cookie underscore moco moco underscore tag. And I'm definitely going for my top badge on Moco Live with hopes of being the very first one. I'm working on having my show featured as well. If you're interested in being on A Difference Together with Cookie, make sure you hit me up on IG. And Wyatt is my lovely co-host. So this is gonna be fun. And now y'all get to dig into some of my past history.
Yes, ma'am. So, of course, my first question for every single one of you that comes on the show, what made you enter this lifestyle, brother husband?
What made me into the lifestyle of brother husbands? At first, I didn't really know much about it. I started dating this older gentleman that was in the corporate world, and I didn't know what I was getting myself.
Brother husband.
What happened was this older gentleman was not well endowed. So he sort of kind of introduced me into the whole brother husband ordeal, where that he was my financial stabilizer, or what you want to call my sugar pappy. And he was okay with me being intimate with someone else as
Hmm,
long as he knew who it was.
interesting.
So I had to find a team player that was on the same playing field that was okay with it. But when it really became in depth of brother husbands is when I had two intimate team players and him as the financial backing, and all of them knowing about each other.
That's a lot.
So that's how brother husbands comes about. It's really called polyandry. It's when a female has several different male mates. Um, and brother husbands doesn't only have to be sexual. So some people
Mhm.
think that, oh, okay, they hear sister wives and they think everybody's sleeping with each other. No, 9 times out of 10, they're not. They hear poly and they think everyone is intimate. Sometimes it's not about that. Sometimes it's financial gain. Sometimes it's companionship. Sometimes it's friendship. It can be a broad of many things.
Hmm. Kind of like everybody has their job.
Yeah. So it's like, for instance, the corporate guy, he had more business aspects and he was always on the road. But like I said, he wasn't well endowed. So therefore, I still needed to be satisfied intimately, right?
Hmm.
So now I have to find me a team player that's going to understand that when the corporate guy comes back from his corporate world and corporate jobs, I got to give him time too.
Mm-hmm.
but I need to still be satisfied as a woman.
Right. What's the matter, Coco? Well, how about this? Well, Coco's thinking of where she's kind of lost here. Why don't you specifically explain what a brother husband is? You kind of touched it, but maybe go over it one more time.
So a brother husband is where, or brother husbands, correction, is where you have several male mates
Okay.
and they all know about each other. That's how
Mm,
they become brothers. They are not intimate with each other. I know there's some people in this kinky world that do cross paths or whatever the case may be, but 9 times out of 10, most of the males' egos are not going to allow them to exchange anything together.
okay. So Coco asked, so you have a corporate and a non-corporate?
One of them was corporate, the one that started it all for me. He was
Mm,
corporate. The rest of them was just what I wanted them to be.
got it. So they dab each other and y'all have dinner. Okay, so okay, that could lead to the next question because that was my next question. So in this type of
Actually, two
scenario,
of them
right?
have sat down and watched sports and drink beers together.
So they can kick it. They do kick it just like
Hmm.
anybody else. Okay, it's like a little community. I like it. I like it.
Some
Okay,
guys will cooperate and agree to it, and they'll hang with each other, and others won't.
okay. Well, for those of you just entering, this is Found a Way with Wyatt Matter. I'm your host, Wyatt Matter. You can catch us every Wednesday night at 11 p.m. Eastern. We are here with Cookie. Our topic tonight is brother husband. She just explained what a brother husband is. She just explained a little bit about whether like they spend time together or not. She compared it to a poly lifestyle, which we had chakra before, and how theirs is they're a married couple bringing somebody in. She says hers is her lifestyle. Oh, thank you. That's how my gift sounds off. Is more
It
as
is a
a
poly lifestyle. It's called polyandry.
right. It's a subcategory of poly.
Hmm.
Um, but what chakra experiences is polyamorous. If you guys watched my second episode, she lives a polyamorous lifestyle, and Cookie lives a say it one more time
Polyandry.
polyandry lifestyle.
Hmm.
So that's a female with two males. So
It
yeah,
could
she's
be
saying that
with
it's a
two
female with
or more
multiple
males.
with two or more males in
Hmm.
her circle. So the next question that I have to ask is it easy to find people that will partake in this lifestyle?
Not always.
How do you
And even
find
when you
men
do
interested in that?
find team players, it sometimes comes a point where they bump heads. So,
Mm,
like I said, I had this lifestyle previously, and one of my team players ended up getting jealous, dormant intimacy, and like, hold up, wait a minute. I know one of them you're not having sex with, but are you doing the other one like this? Because if you are, I want you to stop right now. And I'm like, what? Like mid stroke? Wait, no, hold up. This is not what we agreed about. You know what I mean?
right.
So, yeah, it can, when you get feelings involved or male egos really start tripping and emotions get attached, it can turn a tail. It could so then
Uh,
either you can try to icing it out or sometimes you just got to let it go.
just to reinform the chat, she is speaking on past history. Um, Polygamy is not what she's speaking on. She's speaking on um,
Polyandry,
polyandry.
brother
And
husbands.
unfortunately, King, I'm not letting anybody else up. The stage is only for the guest. This is a space for our guests to speak on the lifestyle that's of topic and for them to give their opinion and their experience and their story. This is not a debate. This is not a discussion. This is for us to sit, listen, and learn. Um, but if you're
I
ever
surely
interested in
would.
talking to Cookie and her explaining further or anything, um, you're more than welcome to go to see. Unfortunately, this is a show, King, and you're not a guest. You're supposed to be in the audience. So, if you want, you're more than welcome to box up in her live at that time. So moving forward to the people walking in, welcome to Found a Way with Wyatt Matter. I'm your host, Wyatt Matter. Uh, we are talking about brother husbands with Cookie. Um, so what we just went over is what a brother husband is, and the term for it technically is polyandry. Cookie here has explained how she entered the lifestyle. She has discussed um, also how she has found people, how she met people interested in this lifestyle. Um, and excuse me. Anyways, so the next question that we have for Cookie tonight is going to be what is the difference? Oh no, you explained the difference. Is it easier to maintain a this type of relationship over a traditional relationship?
Mm, sometimes. It
Sometimes.
all depends on the interaction with your mates. It all depends on your communication with your mates. So if
Mm-hmm.
everybody's on the same page and everybody has an equal understanding, yes. If there's a bump in the road and there's some jealousy or tension in the air, then no. But it's just like with any relationship, because if you have a regular relationship and someone gets jealous, you have tension in the air too. So you have to iron that out.
Mm-hmm.
The difference
So
is
I think
that you have to learn
communication.
each mate though, and you have to make sure that you keep everyone happy and you give each and every person equal time. So you end up splitting yourself as many mates as you have.
So like any other relationship, it takes communication.
Hmm.
Got
So
you.
like I had one that loved sports. The other one just used to like to just wine and dine, you know. And then I had one that I was really, really into where that we had more, intimate times and pleasures, but we didn't really do more outdoorsy things. So I mean, like everybody had a balance.
Mm-hmm. Love it, love it. Now, in what ways would you prefer this type of lifestyle over a traditional one?
Why would I prefer it?
Yeah, like
Because
what are the different perks and
I
benefits
get the
over to the
best of
traditional?
all worlds, and wherever one is slacking or not fulfilling my needs, I have the other one to do that. So
Okay.
therefore, like when they say you're missing something at home, so you go astray, it's not cheating. It's
Hmm.
open, honest, and it's an understanding, a mutual understanding.
Right.
I was
Is
getting
that true
three at
too?
that time.
Yeah, she said she had three of them. So was it
Hmm.
three birthday gifts, three Christmas gifts? Look,
Yep.
Coco loving it
So it was
already.
it was cool. It was fun, and you get to interact with each one differently.
Not three
Even though it
Thanksgiving
was a
gifts.
triple up, I was never intimate with all three of them at the same time.
Right.
So it wasn't that kind of party.
Mm-hmm. All right. So would you say that it's more beneficial to I get the different ways that it can be more beneficial to the woman in the relationship, but what about the men?
Well, for the corporate guy, he got what he wanted, which was me by his side whenever he back and called or I'm back in town. What you doing? I want to take you here. I want to go spoil you. I want to spend time with you. But he knew that he couldn't satisfy me intimately. He was not
Hmm.
well endowed. So therefore, like I said, he was the one that opened me up to that lifestyle. And once I got into it, I fell in love with it. Like if I could have it right now, I surely would. There's a few guys that say they would do it, but some of them are too, how can I say, egotistical.
Hmm.
So you can't have someone that's gonna be an alpha and they're gonna just be roaring at each other's throat. They have to be able to be cordial. Whether they sit
Hmm.
down with each other or not, they have to understand that they are about to share me by any
Hmm.
means necessary.
So now that you say that, that was also going to be so the question. So because it's multiple men, is there such thing as an alpha male in that relationship?
Sometimes yes. Sometimes they all alphas, but they have to be to a point that they can control their pride, their ego, their manhood, and they have to be like, okay, I know she's mine, but I don't have all the time in the world to give to her. And I know this is what she wants. This is what makes her happy. And I just want to see her happy. She keeps me happy, so I'm not going to change that.
Right.
Some guys is okay with it.
Well, technically, Storm, it's four parts because it's her and three different men. All right. So for those of you just walking in, this is Found a Way with Wyatt Matter. I'm your host, Wyatt Matter. We are here every Wednesday, 11 p.m. Eastern. Tonight we are discussing brother husbands with Cookie. She is a streamer from Mocospace. If you guys are not aware, be sure to favor up. We just talked about, is there such thing as an alpha male in a brother husband a brother husband type of relationship. I guess my next question would be like, can there be such thing as marriage in that, or no, this is strictly like, you do not give marriage involved in this type of relationship.
Well, for me, I haven't crossed that road. I would like to give that a shot again. If marriage comes into play with one, they all would have to understand that he is king, but they are all still brother husbands.
Hmm.
But that would be up to me to be like, yes, I want to be crowned by this person.
Okay.
Otherwise, they're all equal. And even if I was to be married, my husband still would have to understand that this is my lifestyle. So he would have to be willing to still accept the brother husbands, or I would have to decide that I'm letting go of everybody to be married.
To be monogamous. Okay.
Mhm.
Is that even acceptable in America? Having multiple husbands? Um, I
See, even
mean,
though you hear the key word of husbands, it's called brother husbands as per sister wives. Not
mm-hmm,
everyone is married.
right.
You can exchange like promise rings or dedication rings or commitment rings or a piece of jewelry or tattoos, whatever the case may be, but there's no legal documents of all of us being married.
Right. Okay. It's called pimping.
I mean, you could call it whatever you want to call it, but the correct term is brother husbands
Hmm.
or polyandry. And that's the lifestyle that
Um,
I like to practice and live.
right. So, for those of you walking in, this is Found a Way with Wyatt Matter. I'm your host, Wyatt Matter. We're here every Wednesday night at 11 p.m. Eastern. We have Cookie for Top Badge with us tonight discussing um, brother husbands or polyandry, if you want to be more technical. So, my next question is, I see that there's a lot of people listening and tuned into this conversation. So, if there was something or any type of advice you would give for anybody interested in joining this type of lifestyle, what would be your advice before they get started?
I feel like everyone needs to have that sit down, honestly and truthfully. Like most people won't be adults about it because not everybody's built for that kind of lifestyle. You really have to go in depth and you have to be open minded. And
Mm-hmm.
if you're putting that into consideration, you also have to remember that you're deciding to share someone that's going to be very special to you. It's
Mm-hmm.
still going to take commitment, it's still going to take dedication, it's still going to take time. And then, like I said, there'll be times where that you're going to be like, I want more time over here. But you have
Right.
to understand and respect that it might not be your time. It may be the other mate's time. And you have to
Right.
respect that. Because once jealousy comes into play or sabotage comes into play, usually that's the person that gets cut off, and the lifestyle and the practice still gets prolonged, and somebody else comes into play. You have to
Hmm.
be a team player to live this lifestyle.
All right. Based off of some of the questions that Kokomo asked, does it get to a point to where you can all live in one household, or is it
I
everybody
personally
separate?
would Not put my brother husbands in the same house. So, mm-mm, mm-mm,
She says she likes the ones that
mm-mm,
fight.
mm-mm. Not the kind of guys that I like to date. Mm-mm.
Got you.
That
But is it
wouldn't. It,
possible?
it it would clash. I think. Like, mm-mm. I mean, anything is possible. I mean, they could live down a block, around a corner, in another country, another state,
Where's that
uh,
going?
but underneath the same roof, no, no,
Hmm,
thank you.
got you. All right, y'all, you heard that. It's possible, but with Cookie, it's a no-go. So if you was interested in joining her polyandry relationship, mm-mm, you better have your own house.
Yeah, I need them. I need them to have all their own stuff.
Something can knock backwards for Cookie if they all lived in the same house. Look, she said that's the type of people that she live with, that she liked to date.
Yeah, but sometimes you just need that space and you need that respect too.
Thank you. You guys have been number one, wouldn't accept number two. Oh, see, so we do have some people in the house that are interested in this type of stuff. All right. For those of you just walking in, this is Found a Way with
Aw.
Wyatt Matter. I'm your host, Wyatt Matter. We're here every
Well,
Wednesday, 11
see,
p.m.
that's when you
Eastern.
replace number two with number three and let go of number two because number two is toxic.
Ooh, there you go.
It has
There's
to
no
be a balance.
toxicity when it comes to it. There's no toxicity when
See,
it
now
comes
you
to
got to recruit
polyandry.
number three. You got to let go of number two. Number two's toxic. He's not the one for you. If number one is in agreement, number two is being defiant, you got to let him go. So you give him all that goody goody one more last time and say farewell. Okay.
Not farewell. Look, not only are you learning about a polyandry relationship, she's teaching you how to run it, ladies. Men run. Run if this ain't for you. Not one last time.
I
So,
mean, at least she's letting them know that she has some attachments to number two, but number two is not compliant. So number two is not the one for that kind of lifestyle. Number two is giving her the challenge of I need to be number one and the only. So that's not what she wants. She wants more than one player. So therefore, she needs another brother husband that's going to be on the same page.
okay, now here's another question. Have you ever run into a situation where you have somebody who hasn't been open or, you know, like hasn't come across such a situation? Like, have you turned somebody to be in a male to be interested into this type of lifestyle?
Well, the one that ended up getting jealous, at first he wasn't too open to it, and then he gave it a try. But like I said, later on down the line, it was like, no, I want it to be me. I don't want you to see the rest of these guys. Are you doing this with him? Are you doing that? And I'm like, hold up, wait, what? And you choose to do it while we intimate? Nah, you gotta go. So I had fun one last time and let him go.
So basically, you just cannot introduce. You would recommend not to introduce people to it.
I mean, you can, but I don't believe in forcing people into it. I can
Hmm.
talk to someone about it. I can be open and let them know this is my lifestyle. I can let them sleep on it. Then they can come forth and say, hey, you know what? I still want to be with you. I still want to date
Hmm.
you. And then you give them a trial and error run because not everybody's going to make it through.
Hmm.
It's hard to realize that you're sharing your mate and you're agreeing to share your mate. Think about it. If you're not willing to share your mate, most of us aren't, right?
Hmm.
So then automatically, if your mate goes astray, it's classified as cheating. But if you're
Um,
in a brother husband or a sister wife situation, it's not cheating because we communicated about this and we're all on the same page and we're okay.
right.
We're in agreement. So it's not cheating, it's an open
True.
understanding.
Storm had a good question, and I was trying to figure out how to word it, but he worded it correctly. Like, would you be with a male counterpart if he was bisexual? So can a brother husband work in that aspect if it is bisexual, or it's strictly what you want and that's it?
Um, for each individual, it's whatever floats your boat. I've never came across that personally, but that's something that you would have to really, really
It depends on the
put to the
woman.
table. And see, that's the thing. That's where communication comes in. So, say for instance, right?
Hmm.
If that person projected themselves to me, we had great chemistry, we were involved, and they knew that this is my lifestyle and they wanted to be a part of it. But they knew that their lifestyle was to be bi. When we have this discussion to cross this path, this is something that they have to put on the table. This is where you bring this to the table. What are you bringing to the table? They're bringing their bi lifestyle to the table of my brother husband lifestyle. Now I
Right.
have to decide if I'm acceptive of it.
Hmm.
So it would have to be up to me to say yes or no. I've never been projected that, so I wouldn't say yes or no. That would be a
Right.
maybe for me.
Okay. Got it. Because
I'm
I
very
know.
neutral. I'm very open minded. That has never been projected to me. But if you interested or whatever, I'm gonna have to hit you with a fave. You hit me with a fave, come holla at me. You know what I mean? You never know. I might be your future wife.
Okay. So clearly, you're the one with the multiple partners. Now, is it okay if the men have partners outside of what you have going on together? Or is
I
that solely
had
considered
one
open?
that had a situationship, and I was okay with it because he brought it to the table. He let me know what was what, and at the end of the day, he was willing to share me. So I was very open minded. As long as I didn't feel disrespected, as long as I knew when he was or wasn't, it was just fine. The same way as
Mm,
I would let my brother husbands know, okay, I'm going out with D today, or
mm,
I'm going out with T today, or I'm over here. You understand what I'm saying? They knew what I
right.
was doing, and they knew that it was not their turn. There was no hidden secrets. There's no okay.
Got
And if I
it.
chose to bring in another party, I addressed them before I even introduced someone else.
Got you.
So
So
you
the
can't
most,
just go, oh, okay, I'm gonna just take John and make John a new brother husband. No, I gotta let them know, like, okay, I met this guy and I think he might be another team player, but how do y'all feel me bringing in another one? And they might be like,
mm,
nah, we good. You got enough right here. What you missing? And then sometimes they'll be like, okay, you know what? She wants somebody else. Bring him.
so the men do have some decision in whatever is going on in the relationship.
Especially if you already have more than one, because now you're already splitting yourself in between. So therefore, some of them are not willing to give up the time that they already have.
Right.
Remember, this is all relationships. This is
Yeah.
not
So each one is your
situationships.
own
Each
individual.
individual is my mate.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, they have a voice and an opinion of what else I get to do.
Got you. Well, for those just walking in, this is Found a Way with Wyatt Matter. I'm your host, Wyatt Matter. We are here every Wednesday, 11 p.m. Eastern. Tonight's topic is Brother Husbands with Cookie for Top Badge, a streamer on Mocospace. Make sure you all give her a fave. We just discussed, um, brother husbands or polyandry relationships, and she was just explaining to us about how the men in their relationships still have a voice and opinion. It's not just all the woman's decision and she has the final say. To a certain extent, she says she personally takes into consideration what everybody has to say and their opinions. Um, my next question in regards to that would be, it just left my head. Hold on, I had a little like brain fart for a second. Um, yeah, I really had a brain fart, y'all. I was trying to get that last little bit out my mouth and then I just totally blanked. I really
Hey, I
did.
got one for you because I get asked that all the time. In a situation with having brother husbands, would I have children with any of them? In the past, I didn't. Now, in the
Mm,
future, I don't know what that holds. If I get into that
okay.
situation again, I possibly would.
Hmm. That I mean that is
How would
that
we raise the
that is a good
child?
question. Yeah, I was gonna say like that's my next question.
Everybody
That's
would
like what
have to
popped in right
be
now after you
be
said
a
that.
team player as raising the child.
Like, so would you raise them to have that value, or would you raise them to have monogamous values? Like, how would you?
I raise my children to be whatever they want to be and be with whomever they want to be. I'm very
Got
open
it.
minded because at the end of the day, it's their heart, not mine.
Yep, my balance is one. Yeah, Shaka says that for her, it's ending with one man and one woman. Um, okay. I still don't remember what my question was. I had a really good one too. I don't know how it left my brain that quick too, because I was thinking of it as I was talking, and then it popped out. Um, I guess my next thing would be, yeah, I don't know what happened. I really had it in my head. I just happened to look at my views and I said, okay, we're gonna put the plug, but let me like form this question as I'm speaking. That's why I was flowing so well when I was saying it. Now then the question went out my head.
Let's see.
Um,
Anybody in the audience has a question?
yeah. Do you think maturity and age has anything to do with people deciding to be in these types of relationships?
Mm, I don't know. I I mean, you have to be mature. You have to be
Hmm.
mature. I wouldn't say age per se because the age varied within all the mates that I dealt with.
What was the age
Only one
range?
was older than me. One was
Oh,
an elder, the other one
mhm.
was around my age, and the other one was younger. So it varied for
Were they
me.
all above the age of 30?
At the time that I had brother husbands, the youngest one was 28. I was 33.
Hmm.
So, you know, it went like that. And
So
have you not pursued someone based on your what the other brother husband said? Wait, did you? Okay. No, I didn't put out an ad. I basically, the lifestyle fell into my lap. I started dating a gentleman that was in the corporate world. I did a lot of traveling. He wasn't well endowed. He was really into me, and he introduced me to this lifestyle. Then I
mhm.
found another gentleman that was into me, and I was into him, and the intimacy grew. And I was just like, hey, what you think about this? Because I already had this situation with the corporate gentleman going on. So I projected it and he went with it. And then later on down the line, I found the third team player. But like I said, the third one was toxic later on down the line. But I had fun. It was a fun run.
And I think I understand Shaka's question. Have you ever like not pursued somebody based off of the opinions of what your brother husbands, in regard to their opinion? Like you've been like, oh, this one don't like this type of person and this, that, and the other. Like, you know, I'm not gonna push or bring it up to that person.
Honestly, I've never pushed any of them. I've projected it to them and they have the choice of saying yes or no. Only thing that I did push was I pushed number three out the door.
So they liked number three and you pushed him out the door.
No, number three got jealous. He didn't want the rest of them to play no more. He just wanted me for him.
But were they
So
aware of that? Like,
they
or
were
or
aware
you just
because
said
I
like you're
had
not
to
into
let
this, you're
them
out.
know that number three now didn't want to play. Like he didn't want me to be engaged with them anymore. And they're like, oh, hell no. So number three had to go.
Got you. Storm is curious. Are you still in contact with any of these men?
Only one of them. And I don't speak to him often.
Hmm.
I get like holiday calls, holiday texts. Hey, babe, you doing good? How are you and your kids? I miss you. One of those. And I'm like, I'm good. Everybody's good. Blessings to you. And I keep it pushing.
Now, how long these relationships last? Were they long term? That's what my
With the
question was. Can they be something long term? That's what
the
my question was.
corporate gentleman I dated for about a year and a half. So number three was 6 months, and number two, I want to say about almost a year. So the
Okay,
corporate one lasted the longest because, like I said, I was involved with him before I engaged with the others. He was
right.
the one that introduced me to go get other playmates, and I'm like, huh, what? Wait, this
So
is
if
set
they're
up.
truly into the lifestyle, then it's something that could possibly be more long lasting versus
Hmm.
somebody who's just starting to step into it.
Yeah, and at first I threaded really, really lightly. When I first decided to play with number two, I did not tell number one,
Hmm.
even though he gave me permission to. I was like, oh hell no. He ain't gonna take me out no more. He ain't gonna buy me stuff no more. I'm like, wait a minute, this man's setting me up. I kind of felt guilty. I'm like, wait a minute. And then he's like,
Well,
well, what have
dang.
you been doing with yourself? And I'm like, huh? He's like, well, you smiling a whole lot more lately. And I'm like, oh my God, like if this man just could read my forehead, I got my boots knocked last night. It was one of those. And I'm like, wait. And then I'm like, well, I met somebody. He's like, well, do tell me more. Tell me. And I'm like, he's like, so do you think he'll be okay with what I told you to do? And I'm like, I don't know, maybe, sort of, kind of. And I'm like, you're not mad? And he's like, no, I told you it's okay. And I'm like, huh? And it still didn't fully kick in until months passed. And I'm like, oh, this is this? Okay. And then, like I said, when I met number three and I projected it to him and he was
Hmm.
okay, I was like, oh, this is it. Like I hit the jackpot. So, yeah, I was excited.
Wow.
I just wanted to continue having fun.
Got you. Well, for those of you just walking in, this is Found a Way with Wyatt Matter. I'm your host, Wyatt Matter. We are here every Wednesday night, 11 p.m. Eastern. Tonight's topic is brother husbands or polyandry with Cookie for Top Badge from the Moco app. We just got done talking about having children in these types of relationships, raising children, um, men coming and going in the relationship. Long is a long lasting type of situation. My next question is like I know we discussed like how everybody's separate, everybody has their own relationship. Are there any circumstances where it's like maybe like your birthday and all of you are going out together?
Well, I've never put them to where that we all had to go out together, but I have had a function or two where like
Mm-hmm.
two of them would be there at the same time. Like I said, the corporate one, he was always most of the time traveling or doing whatever. So only whenever he was in town, he would get like the ultimate. I would radar in and let everybody know, like, all right, I gotta go spend time with him. But like I said, the intimacy part was so.
Mm-hmm.
But he showered me and wined and dined me, so of course I'm gonna give him time.
Right. Okay. Kiki does have a question. She has two questions. The first one is when you was in these relationships, did y'all ever interact with each other? Oh yeah, we touched on that, but
Yes.
go ahead and repeat for Kiki because she was a little late.
So I said yes. I did have a few functions or gatherings where that two of them partook or were there and actually present. The corporate one hardly ever was around because he did a lot of traveling for his business. But whenever he was in town, I had to dedicate myself and give him that time because he always showered me and wined and dined me.
And then the second question is, would you be open to them interacting with each other and you?
I mean, that's sort of kind of the same thing. And earlier in it, I did say yes. They sat down, watched sports together, drank some beers, laughed and joked, like, oh, yeah, it's cool.
I guess now it's really starting. It's like piquing my mind.
It's
Like I
cool.
know that you guys have been intimate. Yeah, I was gonna say like she says that there was a time where they were sexually intimate together, and we did touch upon being the men being bisexual. She said she personally has never been, um, projected such a, a circumstance. but she's thinking maybe she would be open to something like that, but it's just never been brought to the table for her. Um, but my question is like, okay, like when you're with your boo and you're all cuddled up and stuff like that. Like, so in those instances where you are with all of them and you're all just hanging out, watching the game, doing whatever, does everybody take a turn?
See, I never put them in the same comfort zone to be cuddled up.
Hmm.
Like when I did have the two chilling and stuff, it wasn't no okay,
It
whatever the
was like
case may be.
chilling
It's
with the
like,
homies.
hi, how you doing? Hug and kiss. Nobody's getting mad if I kiss one and the other, whatever the case may be. But it's not okay, I'm underneath you and we all being sexual at the same time. No, I'm very respectful with mine.
Yeah, like
So
I'm not saying it has
anytime
to
I
be
was
sexual.
intimate with
It's just
one,
like you're
it
cuddled
was
up
a
with
personal
somebody.
time. Yeah, no.
Hmm. No, so that was more when it was just one-on-one time. You were respectful of the other
Mm-hmm.
relationships. Got you. Well, I mean, I guess that could help with it being more long-lasting and things like that. Like personal time is personal
Yeah,
time,
I'm
and the
not the
group
type of
time.
female that I need both of them to be holding my hands at the same time. And, no, certain
Hmm.
people need certain things.
Hmm.
Like some people with the sister wives, they want all their sister wives lined up together, holding hands, kumbaya. No, I'm okay if they see each other, shake hands, daps, or, what up, bro? How you doing? And all right, now y'all know who is who and what is what. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it cordial. Let's be respectful.
Right. Got you.
You set the tone of what your relationship is going to be or how they engage.
Now, in regards to like your family and your friends, like how do you introduce that's your lifestyle? Like one minute they see you with this dude, the next minute they see you with that dude. Like what? How do you explain it to them?
Um, One, I'm a very private person. Two, some family members judge, some friends judge. Honestly and truthfully, I could care less as long as I'm happy.
Right.
But as far as that goes, I've heard, oh my God, she has another guy, a different guy. Like, oh my God. But at the end of the day, are you paying my bills? No. So mind your business.
So you're involved when it comes to the looks or the
Mm-hmm.
okay. Now, do they come to the family functions? Like, have you had that where you did have a family function and you brought one to the gathering?
I had a barbecue and I had two of them at a gathering. Yeah.
Okay.
So therefore, I mean, at the end of the day, you know what I mean? This is what it is. They're my mates and they are allowed to partake. And if you don't like it, you can leave. It's my function.
Okay. Oh, so you were the host. Okay.
Yeah.
Because
I'm the host with the most.
in a previous show with Shocker and Casper when it was their show, I had said like, what about with your family? Like, do you bring the girlfriend to because they're married and of course they're both going to show up together. But I was like, what about the third? Like, do you bring them to the gatherings? And they're like, oh yeah, we don't care.
Yeah, I mean, listen here, that's the whole thing. You have to speak because some of your mates will shy away and they'll be like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to go. Or some of them will be like, you know what? I love you. So whatever you want to do, I'm there with you. And they'll
That's
be there.
true.
And like I said, it's either for your family and friends to accept it or they don't. Not everybody's accepting of it, regardless of the fact. And then some people will act like they're accepting of it, and then they're like, "Oh my God, did you see Cookie? Oh my God, she got two boyfriends at one time. Oh my God, they must be gay. They having sex together. Oh my God, what is going on here? Why does she have two men? That's not good. Oh wait, are they having threesomes? Are they running trains?" And I've heard it all, and I could care less.
See, and this is why I introduced this show. This is Found a Way with Why It Matter. I'm your host, Why It Matter. We're here every Wednesday, 11 p.m. Eastern, where we take the unconventional and make it conventional for you guys. In this show, you are listening to our guests and what the topic is of that episode, and they explain to you so you have more of an understanding of that unconventional relationship or lifestyle. Tonight's episode is Brother Husbands or Polyandry with Cookie, her top badge from Mocospace. So far, she has been giving us the ins and outs, her personal experience in that type of relationship. Um, so stop assuming this exactly, Sam, and that's basically what we're trying to do here. We're trying to get people to understand your guys's opinions, like how Shocker even says she's like the black sheep. Because nobody is taking the time to hear these people out. You might get a different point of view today. And if you guys are just walking in or you guys caught half of the show, these shows are recorded. My YouTube is linked to my page. You're more than welcome to click it. It will be uploaded by tomorrow evening. And you guys can watch previous episodes. Some episodes are cut short due to some technical difficulties, but we got it on point now. So everyone should be like the full hour now. I guess we're getting close to closing out. Did anybody else have any more questions for Cookie in regards to polyandry lifestyle? I think we covered all the bases, but if there's any other questions that anybody else
It's
has for
times I take
Cookie,
brother husband applications in my life too, just so that y'all
mm-hmm,
know. I have my moments, my random moments.
she be on the hunt. Look, when she said brother husbands, I thought she just meant like on the app. People have their tagged relationships on here. I thought she was playing. I had no idea it was a true lifestyle for her until she mentioned it to me.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It's fun, it's different. And most of the time, most guys are lacking something, whether it's their attention span, whether it's their financial stability, whether it's something intimate. A lot of guys, instead of them, just manning up and saying, you know what, I know I'm lacking here, so it's okay. You can go and get that elsewhere.
Oh, I just got another good question. Okay, so and like how we mentioned for you, the perk is like, oh yeah, 3 gifts, 3 birthday gifts, Christmas gifts, all that stuff. Now, do they gift each other? Like, like when you have like, you know, family and you're like, I gotta get them one too, or I gotta do this. Do they have to do that, or is it
For
strictly
the
like the focus
men,
is the woman?
they're more macho, more whatever, but it could happen. I mean, I didn't fully engage him that deep where that was so. I've seen it happen where it was sister wives and the sister wife, but you got to really think about it. Men are not really too big on the whole gift things and stuff like that, and
It's more of a
most of the
female thing.
time, yeah, it's more a female thing. Guys, it's like, what do you really get them besides tools, a tie, some socks, some jewelry, or take them out?
Hmm.
And
And
most
that's a
guys will
good
feel
question
some
too.
kind of way another man really giving them a gift unless it's like really, really their homeboy. Like I said, two of them hung out. They watch sports and stuff. I could see them probably exchanging some sports memorabilia or making some sports bets, stuff like that. But other than that, no.
Yeah, do they try to outshine each other? I know that each individual relationship is its own
Number
relationship.
three, try to outshine everyone.
Yeah, do they you said they do or they don't, sorry.
There's times that they will all try to clash, but number three definitely tried to outshine one and two because number three wanted to be the only one after a point in time. Number three no longer wanted to do the lifestyle. What I honestly feel is that number three agreed just to get close to me. I feel like number three wasn't really a team player all along. I feel like number three just went along with whatever I wanted to
Like
try
some women
to
do when it comes to men introducing them into that lifestyle.
because they think that, oh, okay, he's gonna leave his baby mother or he's gonna leave his wife for me, one of those situations. And that's how I felt that number three did it like, okay, Cookie said, but if I show Cookie this and I do this with Cookie and I'm doing better than the other two, Cookie will finally say, forget the other two, and it would just be me and Cookie. So
Mm-hmm.
number three tried and it just backfired on him. And I stayed with number one and two for a while, and then later on it just died down with them too.
Mm-hmm. And as far as the financial part of the relationship, like, do they all, is it kind of like, okay, you pay, you help with your share, you help with your share, you help with your share, and that's making up my rent? Is it like that? Or like, no, it's just
Well, see, I've
whatever they
always
try to
been
help
independent, so anything they did for me was extra luxury perks as
with? Mm-hmm.
well. Like I said, one outshined them all financially, which was the
Because he was
corporate
corporate.
one.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody had jobs, everybody had, income, everybody had their own. So I didn't have to worry about anything when I was with any one of them
Yeah. So any type of financial that they gave you was just for you to go shopping, basically.
or whatever I
Okay.
wanted to do with it. Remember, I said everybody had to have their own. Everybody had their own. I had my own, they had their own. I don't deal usually with guys that don't have their own.
Right. Do you think that that's something that you need in order to pursue this type of lifestyle?
For me, yes.
Hmm.
I don't think that's for everybody. Some people are okay with
Build-A-Bears?
others. Yeah,
That's what we call them, Build-A-Bears.
yeah. So yeah, I don't need a build a
Oh,
bear. I
yes,
need a
that's a
cuddle
good
buddy.
one. Just in time for Valentine's Day. How do you spend Valentine's Day?
I'm not really big on V Day because every day is V Day when I'll get to spend it with any one of them, honestly and truthfully. I'm not a chocolate kind of girl. My favorite chocolate is Snickers bars. So they could actually give me their body part and I'd be happy. Like, hello, so but as far as and actually y'all don't know, but if y'all don't know, the memo is V Day is why it matters birthday. So make sure y'all tune in and stay chimed in for sure. But as far as like holidays and occasions or whatever, I spend time with whoever I want to spend time, and they had to respect that. And whenever the one that was corporate, if he was in town, whenever he come in town, we celebrate whatever it was while he's here. And once he goes about his business, is once he goes about his business, I'll
Oh,
get
so
a
when he
phone
showed
call.
up, it's like here, Happy Valentine's Day, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa,
Mm-hmm.
Happy Hanukkah, Happy New
Yep,
Year.
everything, the whole shebang. Or
All
he'll
right.
call and be like, I'm sending you money, or okay, I left this card, go buy yourself something nice, I'm not in town, so those were those fun moments.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for the second plug. Y'all are amazing. Um, for those of you just walking in, this is Found a Way with Wyatt Matter. I'm your host, Wyatt Matter, here every Wednesday, 11 p.m. Eastern. This is one of your newest featured shows in the making. We are here to make the unconventional conventional. This is a place for hearing the guests out, hearing their point of view, their opinions, their experiences, and the such, and how that you might benefit from this type of lifestyle relationship over something more traditional. Today's episode was brother husbands, or also known as polyandry. And we have Cookie for Top Bash Mocospace that has been going over everything with us. We are now coming to a closing, unfortunately. If you guys have any more questions, now's the time to ask. We can get them out the way before we allow Cookie to tell us when we can catch her and what she has planned coming up. If not, go ahead, Cookie. Uh-oh, what if? She said, wait, let me stop her.
What if they well, I haven't been put in that kind of situation, but I did state earlier that if it was that case, I would. Now, whose baby happens first? That's something that would have to be decided by the universe.
Oh, yeah, like, what, yeah,
And there
you never
is
know with
another
it. But I'm saying, like,
possibility
say if you
too.
didn't deal with that, how would you do it? Would it be like, okay, I'm gonna do number one, I'm gonna do number two, like, do they have seniority?
Well, I've also thought about because like if two bumped heads, right, there is a possibility of, in vitro fertilization. And there is also a possibility of where now that you can have twins that have different fathers.
So you would take it to that.
So, I mean, we could also go that route if that was to ever bump the roads, but everybody would have to be in agreement because now it would be a co parenting thing of everyone. And then I would be carrying two different men's children. And they would have to make sure that they don't have me stressed, that these babies are going to be born healthy and fine, and it's a successful pregnancy. I would be open minded to something like that. And then I kill two birds with one stone. Here you go. Here's your baby, and here's your baby.
So once
Now, how do
again,
we find
y'all,
out whose
this is
baby is
another
who?
lifestyle that
DNA
is
test.
not meant for the broke. Another lifestyle not meant for the broke.
And that's not a joke.
Correct. They each have their own financial responsibility, but there's a lot of finances that come into that because that type of medical treatment is not cheap. Medi-Cal does not cover that.
I've been projected by two males that are actually married if I would carry their child.
Hmm. Did you ask for a check?
I've considered it. I haven't decided if I want to do it or not.
You know, some women taking care of themselves, and they can pay for that. But
Well, technically, I will be taken care of.
yeah. But I guess this is where we come to an end. Go ahead, Cookie. Tell us when we can catch you, what you have coming up. What's in store for Cookie?
Once again, I'm Cookie from Moco Live, going for my top badge on Mocospace. You can find me each and every day, Monday through Sunday, Sunday through Sunday, however you want to call it, on Moco via Tag, via High Five, via BLK, via World Star Hip Hop. You can find me on IG as well as YouTube. Make sure y'all go and follow and subscribe. I'm trying to get to my 100 views on YouTube. The handle is at Cookie with a K. Don't forget the big K. OOKIE underscore Moco, MOCO. That's M as in Mary, O as in octopus, C as in cat, O as in octopus underscore tag. I am the only individual like that. So make sure y'all tune in. Come check out my lives. It's a whole vibe. Don't take my word for it. I do have a show that I'm working on getting featured as well. It's called The Difference Together with Cookie each and every Tuesday at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm coming back with a bang for 2023. So please do tune in. Wyatt is my lovely co host. And I'm just glad and honored that she chose to have me on her show today. So thank you all. If you have any questions, make sure y'all chime in. Y'all gotta catch me live. I don't have no DM or hit me on my IG if you're interested in being in my show. My show is called A Difference Together with Cookie. I cover many different topics abroad. So if you have a suggestion or you have anything that you would like to interact, you can maybe be a guest. I'm not saying
Yeah.
yes. I need to know what you're coming forth with to the table first,
Yes.
respectfully. So I appreciate each and every one of you. Love and blessings always.
Yes. Y'all be sure to give Cookie a fave. Go ahead and DM her on her IG. If you guys follow me on IG, I tag her a lot of times. Or you guys can inbox me and I'll give you her handle if you guys can't find her. But yeah, she can cover just about everything on that show. All you guys have to do is DM her and give her your ideas. As far as my show, once again, this is Found a Way with Why It Matter. We're here every Wednesday night, 11 p.m. Eastern, where we make the unconventional the conventional and we hear those people's point of view and the benefits of that relationship or lifestyle. If you guys are interested and you guys live an unconventional lifestyle or have an unconventional lifestyle and want to share your story, feel free to hit me in the inbox, and we are more than willing to have you guys here. A sneak peek into next week's show is going to be um, the pet fund. I'm going to reach out to the second party. You guys, last week, you guys heard the pet owner's point of view. Next week, we're going to hear the pet's point of view. However, let me double check and make sure that she's free. If not, then it'll be a surprise topic. I have some people in line trying to get in and share their story and their lifestyle. I just been kind of down for the past couple weeks, so I've been lagging it a little bit, but we're getting back on track. I'm getting just tip top shape and back in motion to keep it going steady and smooth for you guys, okay? So bear with me. But thank you so much for joining, Cookie. I appreciate you for coming in, especially last minute for me. Thank you so much for the questions in the chat, the people that joined, the gifters. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of it.